5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Welcome to Virtual Pathfinder YouTube channel. In this video I will show some images I shot of the moon a couple of days ago. We will have a look mainly at the south pole and the east rim of the moon. The most interesting part is the south pole, since we're getting closer to the first manned mission to the moon in over 50 years. And its destination will be a location near the South Pole. The mission is Artemis 3 and the launch is planned for 2025. There's a lot to say about this, so let's get started. The moon is about 380,000 kilometers from Earth, a distance which typically takes about 3 days to travel with a rocket. The moon is rotating around its axis with the same period as its orbit around Earth. As a consequence, it is showing the same side towards Earth all the time. The angle between the orbital plane and the axis of rotation is about 23 degrees for Earth, which is the reason we have seasons during the year. The moon, on the other hand, has an axis of rotation which is almost perpendicular to the orbital plane. As a consequence, the higher mountains and crater rims near the poles have almost constant daylight. Since the angle of the sunlight is low, the floors of the craters in the polar regions are in perpetual darkness, with extremely low temperatures down to about minus 203 Celsius or minus 334 Fahrenheit. Inside those craters there are indications of the existence of huge deposits of ice. That makes the South Pole region an interesting place to set up a future moon base. The ice in the craters can be extracted to the surface and melted in the daylight. The water produced can then be used for human needs or to grow plants. Water can also be broken down to oxygen and hydrogen, which can be used for the maintenance of the moon base or to be recombined to produce rocket fuel. Since some of the elevated areas have almost continuous sunlight, solar panels can be used to produce energy at almost all times for a moon base. However, even in the candidate areas, there are about 5 days of total darkness per year during which stored energy has to be used. Due to the continuous daylight in these areas, the temperature is more stable compared to the extreme difference between day and night near the equator, where daytime temperature rises to 127 Celsius or 260 Fahrenheit, and nighttime temperature falls down to minus 173 Celsius or minus 280 Fahrenheit. That becomes a problem since each day and each night last for 2 weeks. Another advantage of high locations near the South Pole is the clear line of sight towards Earth, which makes communications possible at all times. Artemis 3 launch is planned for 2025, which will be the first manned mission in over 50 years. It will be about 6.5 days visit on the surface. The landing sites being studied are 13 regions near the moon's south pole. Those are required to have relatively smooth surface for safe landing, a constant daylight during the whole stay, and clear line of sight towards Earth for communication. I captured some images of the moon this week and had a look at the South Pole region. Here is an image with a few of the locations indicated: the Amundsen crater rim, the Nobile crater rim, and the Malapert Massif.
One, two, three, four.
1, 2, 3, 4.